peach kombucha. So what's up? Welcome. If you're here to get your comic book fix, you come to the right place. You're going to get a really big high from what I got to show you. Let me share a story with you. I was in the antique store looking for comics, and they have comics in there. One guy's seller, he has Marvel keys and stuff, and he had a key issue that I looked at, and it wasn't worth the price at the time, but the market's moved up. So I was in there, and he was behind the counter because he helps out. And the owner was there, and she's female. So I walked in, and hey, say, Marshall, what's up? Hey, can I see that man thing of yours? And she just lost it. She was just rolling on the ground. And, you know, you don't think about people not understanding comics. So it was a really good story. Actually, he sold it already. He had 60 on it, a #1, and it is what it is. What did I do? What do I have? There's a lot of stuff laying around. I forget what I even show. There's so much laying around. I went to the flea market this morning. Nothing there. I got this for $1. Anytime for Xbox game for $1. I'm not into Formula racing, but I'll try it out for $1. And it was funny because the kid put $1 on all video games except PS4s. And then I got this, I handed him $1, and I asked for a bag, and his mom came over. Oh, you're getting a great deal. I never sell those for $1. So you got, and I pointed to the sign, and she's like, oh, he must have changed the sign. Went to Five and Below yesterday. I was going there for t-shirts for you guys. Didn't really find any good t-shirts, which isn't normal. I usually find some great retro stuff. They did have some turtles. They had 2 of them. And man, I wanted them, but they were kid sizes, so I didn't get them. Picked up some of these Now and Laters. Man, I haven't had these since, I can't even remember. We bought these as a kid all the time. This was like a staple of the dime candy store. So I got all the flavors that they had. And of course, they updated them. They're a lot smaller than they used to be, but they still taste as good. Five and Below. So I picked up some video games there. And I did do the research before I bought them. I checked reviews. Both these games that I bought got 4.6 out of 5s. This is called Risk of Rain 2. And then this, I think I played this before. It's definitely a good, great game. Battlefield 1 for $5. So go to your local Five and Below. You can get those. I stopped at the big comic shop last weekend. Picked up some current My Lights. And I'm going to have to pick up some more. I don't like mine. These are expensive, but my small LCS is not getting in their shipment of the less expensive ones. I picked up some dollar books. I don't remember if I showed these or not, but this is Alan Moore on the Swamp Thing. So anytime I can find those for $1, I will definitely pick them up. This has Alan Moore on the scripts, April 1986, number 47. That was $1. Anytime I could find these in high grade for $1. Unexpected from the 80s. These are the ones I was picking up when they were coming out. This is the era where I was just kind of a few years into buying comics myself off the newsstand. This is number 201, August 1980. Actually, this is probably one that I didn't really start buying off the newsstand until like 81. So probably didn't pick these ones up. 1981, there you go, number 51, June. These have the Mr. E in them, which was I love it. It's a voodoo cover. I may have shown this, probably in a live show. I like to do proper haul videos, like edited ones, but I'll do live shows and show the stuff I pick up. This is Scary Tales, number 28, September 81. I happened to be reading those back issues that I picked up from the flea market, the back issue magazines, and was reading the Don Newton one. And I always, for the last 2 years, I've been searching to find out what was his first artwork in Charlton. They actually told it in that story. It's Ghost Manor Volume 1. I think it's number 18. And I had it. Nice George Perez cover. Whoever's picking this up when it was coming out. Dial H for Hero. This is the second version with Vicky, and I forget the kid's name. A lot of Carmine Infantino art, and a lot of inside, and then George Perez covers, and Adventure Comics number 485, September 81. The original run was in the 60s in House of Mystery. And then last we got Johnny Pearl. I forget who the artist and the creator of him is, but he's got this really cool style of art. And then you got, so Johnny Pearl now is like the forerunner, the star of the Unexpected at this point. He was a backup feature for quite a while. All right, I don't know if I showed this. I picked this up in Bearded Brown Coat. This is one I passed over before, and I don't know why. And I picked it up because I just wanted to pick up a book that week. I hadn't bought anything, and I like supporting the shops. But this is a Steve Ditko, Journey into Mystery, number 58, May 60. And when I got this, the more I look at it, the more I respect the art. This is, I think, one of Steve Ditko's greatest covers. It's just fantastic. And maybe the inker really helped that art. I don't know, but I just love it. And it's, I found real, and look at the trade dress on this. It's just so cool. I love these early Journey of Mysteries, pre-Thor. And that's from May 60. So what do we got here? So I picked this up the other week, showed it in a haul. I won this in an auction for 30 bucks. And I love collecting these Canadian romance books. But I was able to upgrade the next week. And I did pay up a little more for this one. But this is from January 54. But you can see it's a nicer copy, but it is a split cover. This one's attached, but it's not as good looking. So they kind of even themselves out. I ended up paying, I think, around, I want to say like 55 for this one at my comic shop. Maybe less. And that one was 35, but they're twinsies, and it's a great cover. Oh my goodness. Inside a limousine, celebrity. Okay, so that's that. Let me see what we got here. Like I say, there's a lot of comics up on here. I think this is the prize package for the secret contest right here. And then we got a bunch of great books in here. Let's go with this one now. This was one I picked up a while ago. And for a couple of years, I've been looking for a decent copy of this. Very scarce Ace Western Love Trails. There are two different editions of the first issue. I didn't find that out till recently. Now I have to find the other one. But I picked up this one. So this one, I think I paid $40 from England. And this book usually goes for well over $100. This book, now I got it from DTA Collectibles. It was listed. It's missing several inner wraps, like 2 or 3. So it was very inexpensive. And I went to their website and got it even cheaper. So I paid 15 bucks for this. And with the shipping and everything, it was like $22. A really, really tough book to find. So this is a placeholder for now, but it presents really well. The cover, usually these books are beat up big time. And this one has some tears. You can't really tell up here, but it is just, I love the art. The graphic is just gorgeous. You can see in here they're switched. He's got the red shirt, and over here she's got the red dress, and then it's just cool. Anyways, moving on, Mike. Quit your yakking. I don't know if I showed this one. Been looking for a copy of this forever. I may have showed it on the live show. It's a Silver Age book by Charlton. It's called Public Defender in Action. I believe there's only 3 issues. It was previously Police Trap, which was a Simon and Kirby title. So these are really, really tough. I think the print run was just extremely low on this. So finally found one. I've seen a few on auction over the last 3 years, but they went quite high. I found this on my comic shop, no, eBay for 12 bucks. So you just never know. There are always flea market dealers that get Golden Age or Silver Age books. They don't care what they are. They don't look them up. They just want to get rid of them. And those are the people that you're supposed to be looking for when you're looking for deals. And so here's another one. of those kind of books. Now, this was 20 bucks. Voodoo cover. Now, Fawcett did 6 issues of the volume 1. They're very extremely hard to find. Or if they're not, they're expensive. So this one is still, I think it looks pretty cool. This water damage gives it a little character. All the pages are there. It's attached. I did read it. It was a really great book to read. And this is the last issue. There is one on eBay right now in a better grade for like 200 bucks. So then Charlton picked up the title afterwards. They weren't quite as cool as the Fawcett ones because they were the Fawcett ones were a little more graphic horror. That's February 53. Another book I've been looking for a while. This book, people will ask more than it really should be worth, I think. I mean, it is a key. It usually goes for like 60 to 100. This is like a 5.5 copy. And it was on my comic shop for 20 bucks, 19.99, or was it? Yeah. Shipping ended up 25 bucks. So, Hex #1. I've been wanting this book for a while. I love this series. I've been trying to complete it, and I don't complete a lot of series, and I am pretty close. I'm probably 75% done in completing the solo, and I am trying to complete the Weird Western title also of his appearances, and I am after his first appearance in #10. So this is like a 5.0. It's 19.99. And not the greatest cover, but definitely one of the greatest Western series ever published. Next book, Golden Age. Now, I've been trying to get a nice copy of this. It's hard to find, and I've seen, I think, 1 or 2, and people want like 50 and higher. For me, this title doesn't command that kind of price, so maybe I will find a better copy for cheaper soon, but this one was $8. And he's got the fumigator, and he's fumigating the haunted house of ghosts. You can see it's got a lot of masking tape, missing a corner here, but still most of the graphic is there, and it's a really cool ghost cover. I like it. And it was $8. This is the thing though, with our country, the taxes and shipping, it ended up being $14, and when after everything, I think it was free shipping. Super Snipe Comics. This is the kid with the most comics in the world. This is a George Marco cover, and it's from July 1949, number 48. Yeah. And there's quite a few cool covers. Actually, 2 of the hardest Hitler covers to get in the Golden Age are in this run. So I bought 2 books from my comic shop. This one, I forgot that I got it, but I saw Eric Breen show his ending run, and I got to pause. I got Sweet Potatoes in love. All right, Sweet Potatoes are looking good. Anyways, you know, I'm so caught up in sharing the information to help you in your pursuit of Golden Age. I really haven't asked anyone out there, what is your experience with Golden Age? I know a lot of people are into Marvel and the Keys and all that, but I'm hoping, and the goal of this channel is to inspire you to want to start looking at collecting this and putting in your collection and helping you to understand what the prices are, what's scarce, and hopefully some of this stuff excites you. So let me know in the comments and we'll move on. But anyway, so I purchased, and I'm always looking at new listings. I was just talking with Joe this morning, my Black Box Bronze Age, Black Box Silver and Bronze. So he lives in Tennessee, and he's picked up some great stuff, and we always talk about stuff. And he's the one that turned me on to new listings on my comic shop, so I check them quite frequently. So I bought 2 books. One I've been after for a while. It was like kind of like a low-key one that I wasn't like really aggressively wanting, but knowing it was scarce, if I seen it, blah, 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 let's move on. Anyways, Eric Breen showed his collection of the last issues. And, of course, you know, I think it was, what, number 81? That was the first appearance of the Doom Patrol in this title. This is the last issue. This is probably the best cover, I think, because it's got just a nice good girl, and Negative Woman is very huge on it, and a green dress. So this is the 6th appearance of the Doom Patrol. The next issue becomes Doom Patrol title. What did this cost me? I didn't put it down here. I think it was $8. And they called it a 1.5. It's really like a 2.5. I always notice that my comic shop, the grades are really one below, it seems like. And so this is February 64. I looked it up in the Gerber Guide, and it's a 2. So it can be pretty easily found, I think. But this is the book that I wanted. A great price. And this is number 3. There's some great covers in this run, and they're really tough to find, especially in higher grade. I ended up paying less than $100 for this. I think it was like $89. So $95 with shipping. Yeah. And it's really cool. A skeleton key. I showed it on Instagram. The splash page of this is insane. It's got a nice Fawcett ad on the back. I didn't know Fawcett published this. I didn't think so. But the guy in the cover is not even in the book. But just look at that splash page, people. Dang. So a nice horror book. And look at that skull on the top of the key. This is from 1945, winter of 45. Very scarce issue. And some of these issues have like a comedy-looking cover. One has this one, horror. Another one has a good girl cover. And this is a Gerber 5 for you insane nerds that know exactly what that means. I got a huge book in here. A huge book. I picked up some keys. This book wasn't expensive. I don't think it's a key. It's a Frank Miller, and this was a really high grade. My wife's home. Hold on. Yes, babe. All right, boys and girls. Night Tiger's back. My wife just got home from church. But just a killer Frank Miller cover. I paid $1. I'm looking. I was like trying to see what I paid for. I think it was $2. I love that cover. It's just really cool. That's number 52, May 1981. But this is a book, and they had it there. And I like to support the shops. And I've been wanting this for a while. I thought it was a really good price. They had another comic there that I bought. I don't remember what it was. But anyways, 3rd appearance. Oh, here it is. 3rd appearance of Morbius. Just a cool Gil Kane cover. Now, I've never owned this, and I've wanted this book since I was like 13 years old. My friend had this. His sister collected comics, and she went to the Marines and gave all her books to him, and he had it in the closet, and he would never let me touch them, or he wouldn't even let me buy them, or he wouldn't trade them, or nothing. And this is a book that always sat on top of his stack. I love this cover, the green, everything about it. It's a high-grade issue. I paid $35 for it. And yeah. And then the next one. Now, I don't like, you know me. I don't care for 90s books. But if you're a freak, geek, nerd like me, there's always one book that, for some reason, excites you. And you probably don't even know why. And that's one of these books. And this one is one that's on the rise as a hot book right now. So kind of got it before the video came out from your buddy Comic Tom. But this is a newsstand. First Scarlet Spider, Web of Spider-Man 118, high-grade copy. I paid $40 for this. And I don't even know why I want it. I just think it's a cool key, and I don't even know why, because I don't like the 90s. I don't like Mark Bagley. I don't care for Scarlet Spider much. I did pick up the first Ben Reilly that came out a couple of weeks ago or a month ago. But anyways, yeah, $40, and it's a cool key, and it's a good investment, so... There are some 90 books. I don't know why I like them. I do. Go figure. All right, so we got a few more here, but we got some big books coming up. So let's go with me. Night Tiger loves his Western Golden Age. This is a scarce one. But it's like semi-scarce. You can actually find this on eBay every now and then. There's a couple copies of it, but it's a one-shot. It's by Diaz Publishing. Now, they put out some great titles. but none of them really lasted very long, but they were high quality books. This is from March, April 1948. I purchased this for like, I think it was 25. They sent me an offer for 20, and then with shipping and taxes, it ended up being $29.50. But for some unknown reason, like I say, it stopped with issue 1. But this is Sheldon Moldoff cover, and it says right there, Shelley. And if you know Sheldon, you know his history as a creator. He started in comic books back in 1936 for Eastern Publishing. And I have one of his first work that he did before Superman was even a thing. So very cool. Tex Farrell. This one was on my list for a while. It's a high-grade copy, and these are mediocre Good Girl Western covers, but this one, in my opinion, is the best one because she's front and center, and the eye just goes straight to her and then the rest of the picture. So Bronco Bill, this is actually number 1, but it says number 5. It's December 1947. Just really killer Good Girl cover. I love it. I don't know who does it. This costed me not very much. I think it ended up being less than 40 bucks for a high-grade copy of that. And then these Ajax Silver Age romance books are very desirable, pricey, and scarce. So if you see these when you're out shopping in a store for a decent price, I would grab them. You could probably trade these off really easy to some Golden Age collectors. This one was on my comic shop. I don't remember what I paid. I think this is only a 4-issue run, but it was very inexpensive, less than 20 bucks, and very cool looking. Floating heads on the side. Okay, so the last 4 books are huge, big boy books. What do we start off with? Well, we have an Atlas. I paid up for this. It's a higher grade copy. This is like a 5.0 Marvel Tales number 122. I got it off eBay, April 1954, severed head cover. I just love that trade dress there. Always glad when I can add these to my collection. Now, these are books that I don't really strongly go after, but I keep an eye on a price and condition. If I see one that's a higher grade for a cheap price, I'll go for it. So this I paid like $120, which I think is a really good deal for a 5.0. These books are average 1.8s, and 3.0s are the ones that are hard to get. So 5.0, really glad to have that. And that's Marvel Tales number 122. And so this, another seller selling his personal collection. He's not a dealer. Awesome price. So these 2 books here, I'm going to show you one and then the next, were $150 for both. Now these books usually on the low end are $150 for each. So let's start off with number 25, Vault of Horror. Seance cover with the Phantom or Spirit or whatever you want to call that. And these aren't the ones that people don't want. These are the desirable ones. So this is number 25 from June 1952, and that's a Johnny Craig cover. So this one and this one were $150. Witch on the Stake cover. Holy moly. Another Johnny Craig, Vault of Horror, number 28, December 52. Now these are like this is like a 2.5. This may be 2.5, 3.0. So not bad. And they present really, really well. You can't really, it's mostly the spines where they got the defects. Okay, last book, huge. Probably the book, I think, one of the top 5 that I paid the most for in my collection. I paid $400 for one book before this one. This one was $350. but it's like a $600 to $700 book. It's a nice 4.5, 5.0, Vault of Horror, number 30, April 53, Severed Arm cover, which is one that everybody is really after this book. And if you have this kind of condition, it commands a good price. So this is going to stay in my collection, though. It's a coffin book. It's one that's going to go on the coffin list that I'll take with me to the afterlife. But just look at that. Johnny Craig cover again. Now, I read this. EC lived up to its name. There was so much gory graphic detail in all these stories that were in here. It was insane. I loved it. I didn't get a chance to read the other two yet. I started to. But even, I rarely read the text stories, but I read the one in here. And this dude was eaten by piranhas, and they described the details so gory. It was like, I was laughing. I was like, you'll never see this ever in any other comics. So it was really cool. It was really worth it. I hope you appreciated this. I know it's a little long, but like I said, I'm trying to inspire with this golden age, and you just got to take the time to show it. So I'm just going to say out of here. Peace. Night Tiger out. Tomorrow's the big, huge flea market for the holiday. I'm hitting there. I got some cash. Hopefully I'll find some great stuff, and I'll be able to bring you another great video. Everybody, take care. Have a great weekend.